Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Dito tayo ngayon para sa launch ng IMMAP DigiCon Valley 2022.
As you might have guessed, inspired by Silicon Valley, we are calling it DigiCon Valley 2022. So we will have it this October 10 to 14, and in the spirit of shifting, the conference will now be actually in the morning, every day from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. because we also understand that for many of us, it's easier to get to the laptop right when you wake up in the morning versus if you're already working on things and then hinahuli mo lang yung trabaho para lang mag-attend ng conference. So, unang salvo pa lang po, nasa DigiCon na po tayo every day. No? So, 9 a.m. to about 1 p.m. And we're actually going to continue the tradition of last year where the conference is going to be virtual. But if we go to the next slide, the wonderful thing is, for the first time ever in the history of DigiCon, we will have after hours. And we'll talk about that more later when we meet Ritz, who's in charge of the after hours. So we've got exciting things. We're embodying the unicorn entrepreneurial startup spirits into the tracks and into the talks and the topics. We are hoping that the people that attend DigiCon can learn from the people who've gone through things like Eva and I have, and can also share their own innovation.
Digital marketing pillars like e-commerce, social media, but it's around different stages of innovation. So we're inspired again, coming from the team. And I guess it's also for, in terms of the different stages of innovation, I guess it also works for companies who are sending multiple representatives. You can really design a program that's very personal to you. Like if you're a junior digital marketing person versus someone handling strategy at the same company, you could come up with entirely different groups. Our experience pillars, our program tracks are. So first, we have Launchpad, which is really where we will talk about Launchpad track. This is where we will talk about the tools, techniques, and tactics for digital excellence. So here you get a lot of how-to topics. It's perfect for the practitioners within companies. After Launchpad, we have Hypergroup. So after, you can think of it as more intermediate level. After you've learned the basics, what next? How can you level up? And this is actually a track where we will feature growth stories of startups, unicorns, and unicorns. So next, we have Breakthrough. So the past few tracks are perfect for practitioners. Now this is for strategists. So how can you think like an innovator, leapfrog competition, and push boundaries in your category? And lastly, we have the enterprise track. So what's good with DigiCon, when we started in 2016, we had a lot of people from the marketing and communication space. Over the years, we've really seen more people coming from operations, finance, and even HR joining DigiCon. And this is exactly where we will talk about topics about digital transformation in general. So how do you build digital first organization? So, and I think with this kind of program design with the tracks, it also speaks a lot about how even if you're an established company, even if you're an established company, you can get started in so many ways, right? So even some of our speakers, they're handling, established brands, incumbent brands, but in many ways, they would be able to serve. So yeah, I'm very, very excited for our program.
Siyempre maganda yun kasi kasama ako sa speakers. Hindi lang you'll see me not just in the party, but
Our exciting speakers for DigiCon. We will be having 90 to 100 speakers. We're closing a lot of our panelists. We're adding more names. And we will have 65 sessions in the panelists, 100 speakers. And when we selected our keynote speakers for the year, we really took into account our team. So we're very proud of our lineup for this year. Introducing our starters. Can you go to the next slide? Okay, so to start off, we have Mark Ritson. So our team is DigiCon back, but we are very aware that 63% of those who attend DigiCon are coming person who has a PhD in marketing. He writes a weekly column at Marketing Week, and he delivers some of the most entertaining keynote talks in marketing and branding. So you ought to check him out if you haven't yet. He's also consulting for, apart from teaching marketing, he also consults for top firms like LVMH, McKinsey. Next, we have Ariana Huffington. So, yeah, so excited. So, she represents that entrepreneurial spirit, right? She's a, go ahead.
Get up so they can see the others.
Yes, Ariana Huffington, she built her company from the ground up, a female, self-made millionaire. She founded Huffington Post before selling it in 2012, and now she's the founder and CEO of Thrive, which is a behavioral tech company who their main why is to help people, to help prevent burnout, and basically telling us that you don't need, even if you have a high-powered career, you can still have a balanced life. But we're getting her because of her, she also wrote 15 best-selling books, and she will bring that, entrepreneurial spirit in the discussion. So next we have Jake Knapp. He is the inventor of the design sprint, and he will talk about organizational innovations, innovative processes within companies. Design sprints, it's been used by a lot of the tech companies, but has crossed over in a lot of mainstream, even non-tech, even people outside of IT and marketing departments. They use the design sprint because it's a process that helps you solve things, big things, faster, basically. So I'm very, very excited for his talk. He will actually open DigiCon. So next we have Maria Ressa, and thank you for turning the mic up. I know I speak so softly, but Maria Ressa, I know, needs no further introduction. We all know her as the CEO and co-founder of Rappler, and also, she built that company from the ground up, the digital news site. But of course, last year she was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize and being the first Filipino to be named as to be a Nobel laureate. So she will be speaking on day 4. It will be a conversation with Maria Ressa on the present and future of media. And lastly, we have Rupen Desai. He is the award-winning Global Chief Marketing Officer of Dole Sunshine Co. And that company, he's very buzzy right now in the marketing and advertising space. As CMO of Dole, he's bringing purpose into the business, and not just, not just lip service. They're bringing purpose into the way they produce things. And actually, recently, they have won the Cannes Grand Lions for business transformation for KPNX. So with Dole, they produced leather out of Kenya. So he will talk about how to create brands that our conscience can live in. So I'm very, very excited. These are just the speakers who will start the day at DigiCon. But apart from that, we have 85 to 100 more amazing speakers from Wendy Johansson, from recently, Jeffrey Steele's Quest Ventures. Honestly, guys, this is just a sampling. We have speakers from Snap, The Economist, Adobe, Angkas, Gentry Fund, Apps Flyer, Kumu, Peters, basically the who's who in the digital marketing space. And what's different, if you will see, we have a lot more startup founders joining us. So yes, we will be releasing the full program agenda in 1 to 2 weeks' time. So do watch out for that.
That will allow you to make connections and meet possible mentors to aid your growth while in the digital space. To share how this works, please give it up for Rich Stan, IMMAP DigiCon After Hours. That's a really awesome title, After Hours. And Director of Digital Business Engineering at UL Skin Sciences.
Thank you. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. So yes, as you all know, the pandemic has forced everyone to go online, opt out from physically socializing with other organizations. But with the health and safety protocols in place, people are getting more comfortable in having face-to-face interactions, which is why, as shared earlier, we are excited to tell everyone that IMMAP DigiCon is organizing what we call After Hours. It's actually a series, so there are very nice virtual. So After Hours is a series of events that will happen after the DigiCon program proper. So as shared earlier, people who want to have an avenue to socialize, to network. It'll happen on the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of the DigiCon week. And what's more exciting is that we would have the sponsors for each of the nights. So Monday, that's October 10th, we would have Grab Ads sponsoring the party. On Wednesday, day 3, we have Hefco Media Group to sponsor the party. And the final one on Friday will be sponsored by the co-presents their Angkas. So without sharing much details, we are looking forward to having each event to be different. So that's something that all of the participants, attendees, sponsors, and partners can look forward to. And we hope you guys will be as excited as us because this is the first time we're going to do it, and we would want people to not just learn but have fun at the end of each program. That's it. Thank you so much.
Innovation, you love problem solving, you guys like challenging yourselves. There's a lot in common, and that's why this year's theme is different. I think the second thing that makes this year different from previous years is the speakers. Quite frankly, usually our speakers were skewing more toward the marketing expertise, but now we've gotten them as very varied. You've gotten people who are actual startup founders, so they walk the talk, so they know what it's like to start a startup, to succeed and fail. We've gotten people that actually works with startups. So somebody like Jake Knapp actually helps startups create great innovations and solve big business challenges all the time. So when he wrote his book, he had maybe 100 different case studies of different kinds of innovation, from big 2,000 employee companies to really small 20-person companies. And so our speakers are also different because they're also more inclusive. I don't know if you've noticed, no? We're trying our best to be more balanced in the composition of our speakers. And the third reason why I feel this year is different, which is my personal favorite, the after hours. There hasn't been a DigiCon with a party ever. So I'm really excited that we can finally get together and in a safe way, because in the past 2 years we haven't been everything online. So I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, pero I remember the last DigiCon I went to, may bar during the session. So you're torn before, like, iinuman mo or tatang.
That's true. So we do in our lesson also. Why don't we separate the lectures from the lasingan, diba? So the lectures in the lasingan are now categorically separated.
All right. How's the question?
Ayan,
Any questions?
We're expecting 2,500 participants to join. So currently, the ticket rate, the regular rate is 16.5. But right now we are at 20 off. So right now we're at 20 off, but there are like 40 tickets remaining because each ticket here has like certain limited amount. So currently we're at 20 off, but we also have an IMMAP member rate that we introduced.
Yes.
Today is the last day, but maybe the DigiCon chair would consider, extending it. But but we have an IMMAP rate of 25 off.
Yeah, for members.
Yeah, so if you're not yet a member, that's also a cue for you to come see me if you're interested to be a member to get the 25% off in DigiCon.
But that's access to all the parties, that's access to all the virtual 65 sessions.
And prices. Non-transferable yung prices, guys. What's the platform to be used for the platform? The platform is called Vivid, VIVYD. It's a virtual conference platform built actually by my company, Kairos. So we used it also last year, and it was well received. So Vibrate was working. So Vivid is the platform.
Hi, congratulations.
Because it's new doesn't mean you might not know anything about it. Very often startups are faced with things they don't know. There's a lot of black boxes in the startup world. And then as you dive in, you realize, ay, alam ko naman pala to, or kaya pala namin to, or, and it's usually riding on the shoulders of the people in the company, the fearless leader, etc. So that's what we're hoping to establish.
To add to that, so yes, we are balancing the program to make sure that whether you're whether you're mature, you're in that level that you can go into the metaverse or as what Denise said, just exploring. So we will have a balance, but yes, a top of mind, like we have a topic on, let's say, from Kraber's Kitchen. So they've been exploring. So the founders, they're really exploring from cloud kitchens to bringing the dining concept into the metaverse. So for the session itself will talk about the experience. Then we will have a talk specifically on just what the metaverse is for beginners. But as what Denise mentioned, we will have a lot of talks on how to approach innovation, whether it's the metaverse or what's the next thing. We don't know what the next thing is. So how to approach that innovations within your company. So yeah, watch out for the full program in 1 to 2 weeks time. Thank you for this. So in fact, when we designed the program, most of the startups will be speaking on day 4. But we're inspired by these stories of startups, but digital marketing will still be at the core of the topics. But we are inspired by how, suddenly they carved a new niche in this space, or they launched a brand from 0 to like 100. But we will still have a lot of topics from ad tech leaders, people from the advertising space. Because speaking of demographics, not age-related, but coming from last year, 63% come from the brand and advertiser side, followed by 29% from the agency side. So that's a mix of your media, creative agencies below the line. So
We're not changing. We're just expanding the delegates. So it's not a shift. It's not a shift from all of a sudden we're just targeting startups. In fact, it's the opposite. We've not included them for such a long time. So ngayon, iniimbita na namin sila, may space dito para kasali din kayo. Pero we're not changing the target. We're still talking to innovators in a company. We're still talking to marketers, strategists, business growth development people, even HR, finance, same. We're just adding another layer to be more inclusive and to be more forward.
Are started by Titos. So if you're looking at 40 and above, which is the zone I'm in. The second thing is people with corporate background, people with marketing background, people from these brands. Also, that's one of the key factors in creating a successful startup. So I think there's a lot of cross-pollination that can happen here with young people with great ideas, the brands.
So again, thank you for watching. Register na. Bye!